envy there. Look, Holly and Phil and this extraordinary developing scandal that these two very popular morning television presenters jumped the queue, as people see it, by using a media pass to bypass having to queue up with the public. What do you think of this?
Well, the point, as I have made exhaustively on Twitter, is that...
Everything on Twitter is exhausting.
Yes,
we have to
really
accept
is.
that.
I've been muting a lot of people, so there'll be people shouting at me right now that I can't hear. Yes, as I understand it, they were heading down the side of Westminster Hall to go to the press area because they had media accreditation, along with hundreds of other people, most of them people we happen not, in fact, to recognise. So there were. I mean, I know there were journalists. There was a journalist from Yorkshire.
See, I don't.
Exactly.
I mean, Susanna Reid, who was my former TV wife, she queued with her mum for 10 hours, whatever it was.
Because she wanted to.
David
because
Beckham
she wasn't
queued.
working.
I know, but I don't think any of the journalists actually should have skipped the main queue. Personally, I don't think anyone should have done. Apart from world leaders, where literally, they've only got an hour.
Personally, I don't think that MPs and members of the House of Lords should be.
Well, I agree. No, but I agree. But we haven't to be able to do.
And 4 friends.
But the media were not skipping the queue at all.
Right.
They were simply walking down the hall to do it.
But having said that, I also don't think that the pile-on has been fair, and I don't think they should be fired, as some people seem to want to do. This petition is up to 35,000 people at the front page of every paper, like it's the biggest scandal of all time. It's like, look, they made, in my opinion, a misjudgment, as every journalist did that did this, because the public were doing their duty, and it looked like the journalists weren't. So I think that was the error of judgment. But the reaction has been absurd.
But also, we've just had the most... We've all been talking. I was here only, 2 nights ago, talking about the unity of the funeral.
Yeah.
And this is the outcome? Seriously.
Well, Britain is great.
That is so pathetic.
Britain's great
so
at queuing. But
depressing.
have you ever tried to jump in the queue at Alton Towers? It doesn't
Yeah,
go well.
Seriously, this is the takeaway. And,
But this is
2
about
days
people
later...
walking past the queue.
Well, there is a benefit.
Having nothing to do with
There is
the
a
queue.
benefit from the whole thing. London Dungeon has announced that if you go down to London Dungeon and use the password Holly and Phil, you get fast-tracked in past the queue. A lot of companies trading on this.
You are a genius.
I'm going to do that.
I want to talk